You've watched every tutorial. You've read all the guides, but you can't quite seem to get better at building in Minecraft. I'm Firecrackled. My goal is to make you a better builder, and this is my ultimate guide to building in Minecraft. If you want to see more, like and subscribe. It's free, and you could always unsubscribe later. Finding inspiration to build can be hard, but references make it easy. You can use anything as a reference. Anything. Pictures, nature, drawing, movies, even photos from another game. I built this house inspired by a painting I saw on Pinterest. Non-Minecraft references will help you grow the most as a builder, as it lets you reimagine an image within the confines of Minecraft. When reimagining this painting into Minecraft, I figured out how to best translate the colors of the painting into Minecraft blocks. For the periwinkle doors, I used warp doors in Minecraft as that was the closest I can get to the blue color. However, spruce wood was the perfect shade of wood to match with the painting. And then I used jungle wood to add the illumination like in the painting. If you really want to use a Minecraft build as inspiration, remember that your goal isn't to copy it, but to break down what makes their build great and to use them in your own inspired build. Block palettes are also another good tool to use in the brainstorming stage of building. They let you establish your build's colors and let you easily block pick. Pinterest is great for finding block palettes, but I made these for you. If you choose to make your own, using a color wheel or going into creative and exploring which colors, materials, and textures look good together is a good place to start. For large parts of your builds, like the walls and the frame, don't just use one color. Using varying colored solid blocks add more depth and texture to your build. For colorful sections, using a mix of wool, concrete, and concrete powder. And for natural sections like the frame, I would recommend using a mix of wood, stripped logs, and planks. You've put in all the prep work and now it's time to build out your actual house. For the footprint, don't just use a square or rectangle because it's just not visually interesting unless it's tiny. For beginners, 2 connecting rectangles are a good place to start and look interesting. This design is a freehand. I first started out with a rectangle, then added a square in the upper right-hand corner, and kept on shaping the design from there until I felt happy with the design. It could lend itself to a traditional house, medieval house, or an extremely modern house with a square and plain shape. The minimum height you should be using from the floor to ceiling of your houses is around 4 blocks, but could go as low as 3 for very small areas like the sides. Any lower than that is uncomfortable to be in and very hard to detail. One of the most important things in Minecraft building is your roof. This is the classic, this is the A-frame, and this is the slab roof. When building your roofs in Minecraft, always make sure that they have an overhang. It looks the best, it adds detail and depth. And look at it without it. There's missing squares. It just doesn't look as right. A classic roof is just built by using stairs. And then you go ahead and you put the stairs into position. So much detail to your house. Now for the A-frame roof, you take a combination of stairs and planks to emulate this roof design. I really like this roof design. I think that it looks great. You get a lot of extra height in the ceiling out of it, and it makes it so wonderful to build in because there's so much opportunity for a lot of light in ceilings like this. And then we go ahead and put in those stairs to round out the shape. Right here, you can either put a stair like that, or you can put a slab. It's your choice, whatever you feel works better. They're both great options. I prefer the slab, but like I said, it's your choice. It's building in Minecraft. Nothing has to be perfect. Whatever you like is perfect. And then as for the slab roof, this is how you're going to make it. That's what the slab roof looks like when completed. I'm going to go ahead and finish these roofs, and then I'll show it to you once they're all finished. So I went ahead and I finished up the roofs on these houses, and I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to show you some extra things that you can do to spruce up your roof. For the classic, go inside, get nice ceiling space. Now over here we have the A-frame roof. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You get so much room on the inside. Put a beautiful window up here. Something like that would look absolutely gorgeous with other windows. And now, over here we have the slab roof. This is what it looks like on the inside. Nice ceiling space. This piece of material is gonna always show. So what I did was I made it a part of the build thing, and I think that it looks gorgeous. Okay, so I added trim to the roof, added some extra details, so here are the houses. I added a dark oak trim around the outside of the build. I think it makes it look amazing. It adds extra detail. When you look at it from the side, it really adds dimension and depth. I also, instead of continuing it over here with a slab, I ended up using a stair to kind of square off the house. I did the same for this roof. I used fences as kind of a grounding for this roof. And I added azaleas and flower pots and a lot of windows. As for this roof, I think that this is absolutely gorgeous. I took moss blocks and I stacked them on top of azaleas. This is what it looks like. And then you get a nice little square-shaped bush. And then I added a lot of windows. This is what it looks like from the top. So I loaded up a completely vanilla world to show you guys how important detailing is in Minecraft. So first of all, I built this house. It's plain basic. I didn't even finish one of the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and add a frame. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this spruce, make a frame. I love strip spruce. It's one of the prettiest things in the game. I'm gonna put spruce stairs up here. Now in this space, I feel like this is perfect to make a little window here. We could make a little window up here. I'm thinking about using trapdoors. Let's put them there to give it a bit of a depth. And I'm gonna put a lantern up here. Let's make a tiny planter. Oops. Here we go. You can put a flower there or you can leave it as is. And then we're gonna put in a window. White stained glass panes or light gray stained glass panes are absolutely gorgeous. They're so much better than regular windows. And then we are gonna go ahead, pot cornflower. That's what we're gonna put in that window. Azalea, a flowering little azalea. That there. And then we're gonna bring out the frame of the roof. Oops. You see we have a little frame with some detail. And to go even further, like I said earlier, you can use wool, concrete, and concrete powder to make sure that there aren't any copious amounts of one color. And then I'm gonna go over here and put spruce trapdoors right around the poles. We could even put stairs like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other side and show you guys what it looks like when we are finished. But first, a montage. So I went ahead and I finished up the detailing. This is what it looks like, and I used wool, concrete, and concrete powder to detail the house. Otherwise, the white is just too much. If you want to see more, let me know, and if you made it to the end, comment the mushroom emoji.